Students, hope you all are fine and safe. We were discussing about the chapter number 7, that is the animal world. So in our earlier videos we have discussed how different animals they live in groups and what are the benefits they get when they are living in the groups, like they can easily protect themselves from the predators, they can protect their young ones, then they can also search for the food in a group. So like that there are many benefits, right? If we talk about the behavior of the animals, some animals are very friendly but some animals are very shy. The animals like cats, dogs and cows, they are very friendly. That means if we are kind to them, then they can become our friends also, and we can play with them and we can show our love for them. So for that it is very important that we should love them, we should care for them and we should be very kind to them. We should be kind to them, right? Same way some animals are very shy. They take so much time to be friended. So the animals like rabbits, squirrels and pigs and all, they are not so friendly. They are very shy. So it takes some time for them to be friended. Same way some animals that live in jungle, that is wild animals like tigers, lions, then we have foxes, wolves. These animals are not habituated to human beings. That is the reason it is very difficult to befriend these animals. If we will go, they will attack us only, because they are not habituated, they don't have the habit to be with human beings, so they are somewhat dangerous animals. But if you talk like in circus and all, when we will be kind to them, definitely they realize that we care for them and we won't harm them, so that time they can be befriended, but it is somewhat dangerous, and these animals are very difficult to be befriended. Some animals they have very hard skin on their body, and whenever they sense danger, their body goes inside that protective shell. That hard part is called the shell, right? So if you see the animals like snails, tortoise, turtles and all, whenever they sense danger, they move their full body inside that hard shell. It is to protect themselves, right? Same way if you see the hedgehogs, whenever anyone passes through it or it senses some danger, it curls its total body like a ball. So this is some of the ways how the animals can protect themselves, right? When they sense the danger, they can easily protect themselves from their enemies, from their predators, right? Now if we talk about the relationship between different animals, that means how these animals they depend on each other for some of their help, or they can help each other without hurting each other. We will see very nice relationship, like we have learned earlier about the people who help us in many ways. Same way in the animals also share very close bonding among themselves, and they help each other and they depend on each other for their requirements, right? So we will discuss about some of these animals. Now the bird like egrets and all, they generally feed on they are found mostly on the back of the cattle. Cattle means the grass grazing animals like cows, buffaloes, they are called cattle, right? They eat grass. So while grazing you can find these small birds sitting on those animals, right? Same way in the forest also you can see these birds on the back of the animals, grass eating animals like deer and elephant, right? Now how they help each other, these egrets they sit on the back and they feed themselves on the small insects or parasites that are present on the back of these animals. So that is the food for these animals, and when these birds, they sense the danger, they fly away. That means they hint the animals about the danger, about some predator that may be trying to attack them. So this is a mutual understanding. You see how these birds, they sit on the back of these grass grazing animals and they feed themselves on the small parasites or lice and insects that are present on the body of this that are stick to the hair of these animals. And when these birds, they sense the danger, they simply they shout and fly away, indicating the presence of some danger or indicating the presence of some other animal, the predator that may attack these grazing animals, right. So in this way these animals, they help each other. Then even in water if we talk, then the remoras, they are the type of fish that attach themselves to the turtles and other large fish, right. And what happens is whenever these turtles and large fish, they attack their prey and they eat their food, whatever is the leftover food is there, these remoras or the small fish, they feed themselves on their leftover food. That means suppose there is a big fish, it has attacked some other animal in the water, and once the fish has completed its food and whatever is the leftover food is there, these remoras, they attack on that leftover food and they feed themselves, right. So in this way the remoras, they get their food from these big animals. And same way they feed, the remoras, they feed themselves on the parasites that are present on the body of these big fish. That means there may be parasites, means what, these are the small microorganisms that are present maybe inside or outside the body of animals, and the other animals feed themselves on these parasites, right. So the remoras, they feed themselves on the parasites that are present on the body of these big animals. Same with the Egyptian plover, okay, it sits inside the mouth of the crocodile, okay, and then it cleans, that means cleans with what, whatever the small insects and are present inside the mouth of the crocodile. You know the crocodile lives in the muddy water and all, and there may be some insects in its mouth. So when the remoras, when this Egyptian plovers, they sit inside the mouth of the crocodiles, they eat these small insects, these germs, insects and whatever is present, and they clean the teeth of the crocodile. And the crocodile is so intelligent, right. You know, the crocodile understands that this is all happening just for its well-being. So the crocodile also never disturbs these birds, never harm these birds, right. So this is again one mutual understanding between the two animals. This is so much understanding between these two animals. Same way the wolves and ravens that are present in the forest, they also share very special relationship. Like the wolves, they make food available to the ravens. That means the carcasses of the animals, that means whatever the bodies left over after dead animals, after animals die, whatever the body is there, that is called the carcass. So once the wolf has fed itself from the carcass of the animals, from the flesh of the animals, it gives the food to the ravens. That means ravens can easily get the food from the wolves, right. And another way how ravens are helping wolves, ravens, they search for the food and they helps the wolves in searching the food and attacking the prey, right. So in this way the ravens, they help the wolves in getting the food, in searching the food, and when the animal is dead and the wolves, they have completed their food from these carcasses or the dead animals, then the ravens, get their share of the food. So in this way again both the animals have a good understanding and they feed each other, that means indirectly or directly they help each other in getting the food, right. Same way the cleaner shrimp, the cleaner shrimp, that is the shrimp is a type of small fishes that are present in the water. Okay, so again they feed on the big fishes, that means they sit on the big bodies of the big fishes and it eats the parasites that are present on the body of that big fish. So in this way the big fishes they get rid of the parasites and the shrimps they get their share of the food. So again that is a mutual understanding between the two animals. Okay, now in this way both the animals are benefited, that means the animals that get rid of these parasites and the small animals like birds, and mostly birds and all or other small water animals, they get their food by sitting on these back of these animals. Okay, now same way like egrets, there are oxpeckers, these are again small birds. These oxpeckers again feed on the small insects or lice that are present on the body of the buffaloes and cows and all, and even in jungle these are present on the like animals like zebra and other animals, grass eating animals, and it eats the small parasites or insects like lice. You know lice, that is जुआ, you know बालों में होता है ना जू, that is called lice. So like we used to have this जुआ, same way these animals also will have the juu or lice that on their hair, that means on their body. So these small parasites are harmful. Why? Because the parasites they get their food from the body of their host, that means on which they are present. So suppose for example if I get one lease, then what will happen is it will suck the blood from my body, that means whatever the food I am eating all the energy will be going to that leaves, because they are actually blood suckers, right, they suck the blood. So if I will have leaves in my hair, lice in my hair, then this lice will suck the blood, then what will happen, all my energy will be going away to this lice. So same way in animals also they suck the blood of these cattle, these big animals, the parasites they suck the blood of these animals. So it is for their good that other birds or small animals that feed on these parasites they are getting their food, and these big animals they are getting rid of from this parasites also. So and even you know this oxpeckers, whenever they sense the danger or they sense any predator is going to attack, they scream. Screaming means they give a call, they shout, so that the grazing animals like zebras, deers and all, they get alert and they run away from that place thinking that yes, there may be one tiger or lion or fox or wolf, whatever it is, going to attack them. So it is in one way helping each other, you know. So we have seen, so in animals also, so beautifully they are helping each other, they are getting benefited from each other. It's the same relation what human beings we also maintain, like we get milk from milkman and we give money, so the milkman is getting his earning. Same way in animals also, the small animals they feed on the small insects that are present on the body of these big animals, and the hair of these big animals, you know, mammals generally they have hairs, right. So they feed themselves on the small insects or parasites, we should say parasites, because parasites, it is the category of animals that feed themselves from the body of their host. So as I told you, when these parasites they sit on the body of big animals, they suck the blood and they get all their food from the blood of these big animals. So when small birds, they sit on these big animals, they get their food, means they eat these small parasites, and in turn they are helping the big animals and they are also getting their food. So how they are get, both the animals, both the sides are getting benefited from each other, and they do not harm each other because they understand that yes, it is a good thing for me. So that is all nature beta. It's not that we are training them, it's all God gift, it's the creativity of the God, that is the nature. So animals, they are also part of the nature, and we should be kind to these animals, we should be polite to these animals, we should understand from their behavior how they are behaving, and so many things we can learn from these animals. Like if you see cow, it gives so many things, like milk, from milk we get so many things, but it never said no, right? It always gives full heartedly. So this sharing, giving each other, helping each other, these are the many things that we can learn from these animals. So students, hope you understood the chapter. In our next classes we will discuss some more things about these animals. Till then, read the chapter properly. Bye. Have a nice day.